everybody, Jeri Bellini here from My Arts and Parts. And today's video is going to be the Gina Ahrens Design Team Challenge. And this month, February 2017, it is called Build On It. And I had so many ideas floating around in my head, and this morning I got thinking, this book popped into my brain. Gina wrote this. It's called Creativity and Self-Expression, A Journey. And I got it right away as soon as she had it, up for sale. I love it, but I haven't had a chance to play with it. And it's going to be perfect for the challenge this month. So get ready, and we are going to have some fun with this book. All right, I'll be right back. So let's go inside. And I love the paper, I love the pictures, I love her whole theory, her thoughts on what this book is about. It's not your typical art book. It is a book where she's trying to get you to think about your art life. And that's what it struck me. Build on it. Build on it. To build on your art life. So some of us are just starting out. Some of us, have been doing art for a few years. Some of us have been doing art for a very long time. But we're always morphing, I think. We're always, well, most of us are. If you're an artist, you can't just stay in one medium. So we're always trying new things and growing, and that's the whole point, really, I think. So her book is so seriously interesting. Let me make sure we're totally in frame here. I want you to see some of these pictures. So I started working on this, and this, in my opinion, is building on it. I am going to be building on my art thoughts. What am I thinking about? What do I want to try? How do I want to grow? So building on it just made sense to me. All right, so I started here. Obviously, in the beginning of the book is the best place to start. And she asks you some really basic questions. So I'm just going to kind of give you an example with this page here. What are you doing creatively, today? Some days I don't feel like arting, but it happens. Then I clean the studio room, reorganize, and she gives you a bunch of things that she does when she's, not feeling it. We all have moments when our muse or our inner creative soul is mute. We can't bribe her to start talking. So now, further down here, she says, what are you doing to fuel your creative soul today? What can you do to wake up your muse and get her talking? So we all have days like that. So the next page, now I'm over here, she says, journal or create a page prompted by the statements on the previous page. That was kind of a surprise when I read that. What can you do to feed your muse and keep her happy? See, I thought maybe she was going to tell me what to do. I wasn't sure what was going to happen here. So instead, she's saying, what can I do to feed my muse and keep her happy? And she gives you, this is her drawing in here. So I went in with my pen, my favorite pen, and made more lines because I knew I had a lot to say. So I decided to journal here and talk about when I have those days where I feel like doing nothing. And it's frustrating. So what do? So these are just some of the things that I do to give myself a jump start. And I'll just share a couple of them with you. So sometimes I might just grab my paints and start using my credit cards and slapping paint down on papers or on index cards or Rolodex cards. And just getting paint on your hands feels good. So I'll do that some days. Some days, you know, if I can't even get the paint out, I'll look at some art books that I have. I'll go on Pinterest for inspiration. I'll watch a few YouTube videos. I'll check out my favorite blogs. So back to my list. Anyway, so I browse some of those things. Sometimes, you know, I really just need to get some fresh air. I'll go outside. Trip to Michael's, Dick Blick, Hobby Lobby. You know, it's raining, it's snowing, I'm in the house. So I start sorting. So I go through a drawer that's pretty messy and I start sorting my collage papers or my laces or my trims. And it really does get my creative juices flowing. I find projects that I totally forgot about. And it's awesome. Sometimes I'll craft online with friends. And we use Skype or FaceTime. And we both work on projects and we just talk through the computer or we don't talk. And it's wonderful. Jelly printing is great for me. I love jelly printing. And that always will snap me out of whatever because it's so easy to jelly print. And I love it. So there's some ideas. So that's what I did on this page. Now the next page, I'm getting ready to work on this. And I will show you what my plans are in a minute. I'll be right back. Alrighty. So the next page, and I'm just going to interrupt myself for a second and say, I'm trying to develop some habits, some art habits to be creative every day. And I think this is really going to help. So anyway, so the next page is, she says here, being creative is not something that's a matter of talent. It's a state of mind. And I totally agree with that. It is something you strive to achieve and therefore you have to practice. See what I just said about doing art every day? You have to practice. I'm doing a class right now online and the teacher says she goes into her studio first thing in the morning and she does timed exercises for 10 minutes just to get her creative juices flowing. And they're nothing in particular and there's no pressure to perform. It's just a timed exercise. She gets some paint down on something, 10 minutes, it loosens her up, and it's awesome. So we're building on our art here. That's what we're doing. That's what I believe I'm trying to do. All right, so let's get back to this journal here. Does your art make you happy? Don't listen to your negative voice. A creative life should be joyful. And she just gives you a lot of really good information. She's reinforcing positive in a very, very positive way. Your art's important. Whatever you create, however you create, it's your art. And if you're enjoying it, that's all that matters. All right, so here's the question, because she always gets to these questions that are a little bit, Anyway, go out today and get real with yourself if no one else. What do you want? What do you feel? And express that in your art. So over here on this beautiful page, which I love these colors, express here with art or words who you really are and who you wish to be. How will you get there? Get real with yourself and express it here. So, my first thought was, I'm going to put all these words here because I love words. I love quotes. They're very meaningful to me. And so I'm going to identify some of my qualities. And I'm using the words. Now, I got these words out of Gina's Etsy shop. I use them all the time. I've told you that every video I make, I tell you. This is a part of one of the papers. Well, she got these new ones in there too. I think she put these in about a month ago. This one prints out exactly like this, blue with the white background. This one was supposed to be white background, and I printed it obviously on yellow paper. So I'm going to start with these. I could, rummage through catalogs and all that stuff too, and I probably will do some of that later, but I mean, these are so handy and so simple. And so I started pulling out some words that I felt represented myself. I'm loyal, I'm genuine, I love coffee, I'm an artist, I'm beautiful, I'm hopeful. Oh, I have 2 loyals. I must be very loyal. I smile, I try to. I am strong. I want to look around me. I love my family. I want to live. I think joy is here. Yeah, I choose joy. Laugh. So you get the picture. So I don't you feel like this is going to develop yourself? You're going to develop. You're going to build on it. Anyway, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to glue these down. And I just wanted to share this with you. And this is going to be my challenge video for this month. I'm not really going to do any art per se. I'm just discussing with you my thoughts on developing your own art, your style. Anyway, I'm going to glue these down. I'll come back, I'll show you, and maybe we'll do one more page. I'll be back. All right, I'm ripping up my words, but I just wanted to show you because there's so many different ways of doing this, but I found this to be the easiest. So I've got these little, little words that I've been ripping up from the papers, and I always like the little black, around it. And I tell you what, the stamp, the ink pad, forget about it. It drives me crazy. So I get, because they're all, odd shapes. Anyway, get yourself a Sharpie marker, one of the big, big fat tips, and just set the paper down and kind of go around it like this. Look, come on, seriously? And it just gives you just enough black around the edge, and love it. Okay, that was your tip for the day. You can do it. And I'll be back. I'm going to glue these down. I'll be back and I'll show you how cute they look. Okay, everybody, I'm back. Let's put that aside for a second. I'm back, and I wanted to show you my page, and I love it. I love the page. It gave me a few minutes to really think about what I want, who I think I am, just, a little bit about myself. And so I cut out, like I said, I cut out all these words, and as I started, I glued them down with a glue stick. And as I started gluing them down, I really started thinking about it. I want to laugh more. I want joy in my life. I want to see my grandkids more. I want to stay true to myself. I want to smile more. And then I thought, when I saw the smile, I said, oh, go print out your picture and glue it down. And I printed it out on yellow paper. If it looks a little funky, it's because it's on yellow paper. But I like yellow, and it made me happy. So I just glued all these things down, and I'm real happy with it. I also went back over here and reread everything, and I used a highlighter and highlighted the things that were, jumping out at me. So a state of mind, how I'm thinking. If I want to get better at my art, I need to practice. I need to enjoy the journey. I'm not always going to make good art. And that's okay. Don't throw that stuff out. Keep it. That's how we learn. Be honest with yourself. And then at the end here, what do you want? What do you want? That's a big question. And it's going to be different for all of us. And what do you feel? Who you really are and who you wish to be is here on this page. And I really enjoy doing this. I can't tell you enough. All right, so I'm back. We're on the next page, and I did the same thing here. I highlighted a couple of things that I felt were relevant to me, were important to me, that stood out to me. Nothing good in life ever came easy, and this up here is talking about things holding us back. And anyway, so the question here, what can we do to get out of our own way, because sometimes our inner critic, the negativity, is what's holding us back. We think we can't do things good enough. So the next question is, how can you erase the self-doubt and move forward in your fabulous creative light? And just a few thoughts I had here. I have more thoughts. I'm going to write some more off camera. But I am not always going to make great art. And I must be okay with that. It's how we learn, by our mistakes. And I also feel, to get rid of the self-doubt, just spend more time making art. So schedule in time for art playing. I think that's very important. So do you see how we're building on things already? And it's just like the second page. All right, so the next page I highlighted, I am celebrating love, life, and creativity. And up at the top, she's talking about doing a daily sketch. And I should highlight that. And I think that's really important, to schedule time in for your art, for yourself. And so that's how the book is building. It's building from one thought to another, and it's taking you to a place where you realize, yeah, if I'm going to get any better at my art, I have to be a little more disciplined and maybe do a little sketching every day. So this here, do you want to put daily creativity into practice? She's asking you, do you want to do that? Is this important to you? Is this part of your goals? How can you make it happen? So I felt, discipline. If I want to do that, then I've got to show up at my art desk every day, and maybe it's 10 minutes, maybe it's 5, maybe it's an hour, and start drawing. So here is an opportunity for you to do a sketch or a collage or whatever. The paper in this book, I have to tell you, is really nice. It's very thick. It's like a very high quality cardstock, and it takes the glue really, really well. So this is a glue stick, like I said, but it's not warping the page or anything. So you can definitely do some collaging. I think she chose this paper so that you could put a little paint and stuff on here too. I wouldn't say thick layers. But anyway, I just wanted to say, I hope you'll consider, trying this book out, and maybe getting some words out of her Etsy shop to make your life really easy. They're wonderful words. I use them all the time. But the awesome thing is, yeah, you might have seen me fly this by before. She's giving a 20% discount off everything in her Etsy shop until the end of March. And the end of March, because this Design Team Challenge came out, it comes out the end of February. So she wanted to give you plenty of time to go over, browse the shop. It's 20% off anything in the store, including this wonderful book. So now's the time to get it if you're thinking about it. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. We did a lot of talking and not a whole lot of art. You got to know me a little bit better, I think. And I hope you have a blessed day full of love and art. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye.